Okay, I'm going to give you a little brief description on the different types of wedding albums that I have. So this is my basic, I call this my basic photo book, and basically it's a hardcover. It's got a nice little edge here, and we can put a photograph on the back and on the front, and it's what they call lay flat. So we can have our photographs and we can actually lay them out, and it's actually kind of a, you can see that it's a slightly thick card, and it's actually done on Fuji paper, and it's actually very, very nice. So we can do an 8 by 12 inch photograph, or we can do two smaller photographs, put a border around them. And here we have what they call a montage. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 photographs, and here we have a full 12 by 8 photograph. So it's a nice way, if you say you had 40 photographs or 50 photographs that you really liked, you could actually get them all into the wedding album. And then the other thing we can do is we do a double page spread. So that's the one photograph spread over the 2 pages, and because it's lay flat, it's not like a magazine. So it actually does look very, very, very nice. Okay, and again, they could be all 12 by 8s. Here I'll just put a border, 2 photographs, do black and white versions as well. Here we have more guests, so I got 5 photographs on this page and 1 photograph on that page, and 2 photographs, 1 photograph, and then it just ends. So that's my basic digital photo album that I would use for civil ceremonies, and I'm now going to show you the next one up from that. Now this is the next one up. Now it's a very similar product. It's now this actually comes in a presentation box. So again, we can customize the front and the back of the cover. So here I have a picture of the couple, and here's a summary of the wedding. So I just have the wedding shoes, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 photographs. Kind of summarizes the wedding. And it opens up. It's kind of got a wooden edge there. It opens up and the book is on the inside. So I'll just take the book out, and it's, there's a slight quality difference in the cover between the previous book and this book. So I'll just put that to one side. Actually, I might just put it there like that. So again, we have a 12 by 8 photograph in the front and 12 by 8 on the back. And we can title it as well. So in this case, it's just Our Beautiful Wedding Day. And again, same system. Now these pages are a little bit thicker. Just a little bit thicker. You would notice, well, I'd notice a difference anyway. And here I've done some montages. So I have a nice background, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 photographs. And these are just a little montage of the guests arriving. In this case, I'm doing 8 by 12 photographs. And generally the way you look at it is like this. So there my landscape, there's a portrait photograph. So you kind of view it like that. Okay, and here we have a lay flat. So we have the 1 photograph over the 2 pages. So it's a lay flat again, so you can lay them flat. That's the 2 mothers again, the 1 photograph over the 2 pages. Now in this case I have 15 leaves, so it's 30 photographs I can get into this one. There's our group photograph and various other ones there, groups. Bride and groom. Okay, cutting the cake and the first dance. So it's very tidy and very, very simple. So that's my next one up for my basic, but this would be what I would call my standard photo book. Okay, now more expensive ones would be 12 inches by 12 inches. The minute you go over 8 inches in width, your price actually goes up, and it's to do with the fact that there's less machines will actually print 12-inch photographs. So that explains the price. Okay, so I'm going to show you an equivalent one now, which is, just get it. This is my basic traditional album, and again it takes the similar photographs. It's got a little magnetic door there. There'll be a bride and groom photograph there, and again, I shall just raise it up here like that. So these are 8 inch by 12 inch photographs that will go into this. Okay, and you can slide them in. So you simply slide them in the side there like that. Okay, generally you look at them like that. So I put the landscapes there, portraits there. Okay, and we can do little montages. So here we have a long car. I put a small little photograph here and a small little photograph there. Now what I actually really was doing was, there was a big manhole there, and there was a guy walking his dog there, and it was just the way, you just have to try and grab photographs as you get them. So that was just a way of kind of sneakily covering up some stuff that we didn't really want in the photograph. And again, 30 photographs actually goes into this particular manual, or into this album, sorry, manual. And what actually happens is the photographs, you simply slide the photographs in the side like that, so you can see how it works there. The beauty of this is you can change the photographs. The only thing to say about the photo books is you have to get it right. When they're printed, that's it. You can't undo them. So if I am doing a photo book, I'll go through a process to make sure that you're 100% happy with everything that's done. So that there is my standard traditional album. Okay, and these are actually priced the same. So my price list, these are actually priced the same. Okay. This is another type of album. It's called an MTA album. Now I have a sample, a white sample of this in a few weeks, or well, actually probably next week. And again, now this one actually takes 12" by 12" photographs, and I'll just show you how it works. Again, it's 30 pages, and again, this is a kind of a glue, and it's very like post-it note glue. And the reason I say post-it note glue is that you can take a photograph off, and then you can re-stick it again. So you can actually keep using this over and over again. And basically the photograph is positioned there. Now this is actually 12" by 12", and I just happen to have an 8 by 12, so I'm just demonstrating the process here. And then when you're finished with it, you take these off. And again, this can be lay flat, so they're kind of a hard card. And in this case, I have 12" by 12" photographs you'd actually put into this particular album here. Just to show you what those photographs would look like. I have to prepare the photographs, and so this is going to be, I have a white one now, it should arrive next week, and I'll have 10" by 10" version of this. And this comes in black, it comes in white. They actually, you can get red ones as well. And this is how the photographs will be printed. So generally, I'd be doing kind of montages. So it's a nice way to, here we have 4 guest photographs. Here we have the first dance. And again, we just have kind of long, this was a very big wedding. We had 6 groomsmen, a maid of honour, 6 bridesmaids, and the family. Okay, so what I generally do is make little montages, and very rarely would you have maybe one photograph on its own. It's simply because it's 10 by 10 format. But you'll always get, in that case, there's 2 photographs there. So you can here see there, it kind of lends itself to more montage type photographs, like the Photobook. It'd be quite nice, but if there's 1 or 2 photographs that you really want, we just simply just make them big. Okay, so just give you an idea, the idea there of what a montage would look like. I'm just whizzing through it very fast. What I'm actually doing is I'm trying to see, okay, so in this collection I didn't do any large ones. Well, there's 1 large one, 3 little small ones, and then the background is the room, and there's 2 there. So these then will be positioned in a 10 by 10 version of this particular one, and again, it's just a case of, I'll just put that over there like that, just a case of laying them in like that. Okay, so that's the other type of album. Now just put that to one side. Now, this is another option. Sometimes, I don't like giving photographs away without some sort of printing, because I just want to establish a benchmark for the printing quality. So if you were to have, here's a nice little option. It's an 8" by 8" album. It's very, very small. Okay, and again, 8" by 8". It's just a nice little album. Could actually be, now this could actually be a parent's album. So I can actually do something like this as a parent's album. And a small little album like that, and a DVD of the wedding goes in here, or maybe a CD slideshow. So you can put the slideshow into your computer. This sits on top, folds over, and again we have a nice little ribbon to actually present it, to tidy it up. So that's another option. Another option that I probably wouldn't use for weddings, it's basically a standard photo book. So this would be the type of thing that the kids would do. And if you're to do a photo book, you really have to print it on the good paper. So you simply pay the extra money to get the good paper to print on. So again, you can see it's a photo book idea. I kind of, every 3 or 4 weddings I do different things. So that was a lovely civil ceremony, this one. And as you can see, I try and get as much coverage as possible. So I'm trying to get all angles of the wedding as I can, and try and include the guests as much as possible. Okay, but the secret of this, if you were to do something on your own, is to really, you pay extra for the good paper. And the reason is why ink has basically been applied to the paper. The better the quality of the paper, the less likely the ink is going to run. And when I say run, it's only a little bit, but it would actually affect the final quality of the image. So the better quality paper, the ink won't run off. So that's the reason you pay extra for the paper, particularly if you're doing photographs. Okay, so that's a standard photo book. Now that's 12" by 12". And again, you can customize the cover and you can customize the back. Okay. And just for the sake of doing this is a Whopper album. Again, it's very similar to what I've shown before. It's got the magnetic cover, and what this album does, it actually takes, I have none in it now, but it takes 12" by 12" photographs. And this actually has 50 pages in it, and the photographs slide on the side. It's absolutely huge. It's a whopper of an album, and it's very, very heavy. So I'll just put that there over like that. And I'll just show you what your parents probably had as wedding albums, if I can. These would be the traditional wedding albums of years ago. I use these now for photo booths generally, but you'd actually stick the photograph. So we'll just pick a photograph here. You'd actually simply stick the photograph on the page with some double-sided tape, and then you'd move on to the next page. Let's get a photograph there, and you'd simply put the photograph there like that. Okay. So that's just another way. They're the traditional albums of old. Nobody ever asked me for these. I just have these actually for photo booths because I use these at the Photobook product. Okay, so that's that. So there's my little description of photo albums. Any questions? Give me a ring. Thank you very much.